it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, you are welcome as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel,
what are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
And also give the video a thumbs up and let me know whether you enjoyed the content or not. So basically today's video, I wasn't sure whether I was going to be doing like a Ulta haul or just January favourites. So I think I'm going to stick to January favourites. Most of the items I will mention, they are from the States because I wanted to give them a try. As I said before, I don't have to deal with the duties and the customs and the taxes, so I can pretty much get my hands on the items or the stuff, but it's just a waiting game, and that's what I can't stand. That's a big thumbs down, the waiting. I can't stand it. So the first thing, this Becca palette here, which I got for Christmas, I haven't done any tutorials with it. I haven't even dared to use it yet. I used it twice so far because it's such a beautiful palette. I don't want to waste it yet. I don't want to waste using it. It's just for like special events, special occasions, and like I said before, that's hardly ever for me. I have a date night coming up this weekend. We're going to go and see the last installment of 50 Shades, so I'll probably use this baby then, but I'm going to include it in my favorites because it is such a beautiful palette. I have nothing like this in my collection. So it's basically, I originally thought it was a all highlighter palette, and it's not. It's like a blush and a highlighter and a bronze palette. So it's got your blushes, it's got your bronzes, and it's got the highlighters. And it's just a lovely palette, and every single shade in the palette hasn't let me down. It swatches beautiful, it applies beautiful, and blends beautifully. So I had to include it in my January favourites. Next, I'm going to be talking about Stila. So I recently, about 2 months ago, I purchased the L'Oreal eye paints in a silver and a gold. I still very highly recommend those products. I won't show you them on this video because I have shown them on another video. And I compared them to Stila Glitter and Glow. So I compared them on the simple fact that they were an eye paint. They did have really good staying power, and they were such a cheap price compared to the Stila Glitter and Glows. I hadn't actually tried a Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow, and I purchased my first one about a month ago, and I did a swatch of it. It was Into the Blue, and that was a part of their new 3 colours they recently released. But I got Into the Blue because I just fell in love immediately with that colour, and once I tested that out, I knew that I was talking smack when I was trying to compare the L'Oreal eye paints to that. It blew it out of the water. A lot more pigmented, a lot more glittery, a lot more outstanding. You will see that on your eye from a mile off. So I went and purchased 2 more, and I got the new shade, which is Wanderlust, which is like a pink in with some gold. And then I got Bronzed Belle, which has been out already for quite a while. So if you're not familiar with the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows, then I need you to look at these. These are worth every single penny. They honestly are. As you know, I've been really into my glitters quite a lot recently. These babies, they do all the work for you. You don't have to deal with fallout. They're just so pretty. That one is bronzed. That one is Bronzed Belle. I'm very happy with this shade, and the only one I am waiting to get my hands on is the Molten Midnight, I think it's called. It's the black one with the gold flecks in, just to finish off a smoky eye if you want to be extra. I think that'll be a great addition to add to a smoky eye. I don't think I need to purchase any more because the shades are quite similar, and I know recently they've come out with some Glitter and Glow highlighters. Listen to the aircraft, listen to the aircraft. So Wanderlust is recently released, and I'll just swatch it next to Bronzed Belle, and it has quite a few colours in it. I mean, it mostly looks gold, but it does have a hint of pink in it. So it's like a pinky gold, and it shines in different lights. I hope you guys can see in the camera how beautiful they are. Do you know how much fun you can have with these formulas on your eyes? you know, if you ever are going out on a special occasion and you want to add an extra pop of colour, just to have that extra sparkle, and we all have to have that extra sparkle in our lives, these babies are definitely in the January favourites. Beautiful, highly pigmented. Yes, they're expensive. They're £23 or £24, I can't remember. I paid $23 a piece for these. That is extortionate in my life. So the next thing I would like to mention is my new bronzer I got from Too Faced. This is not brand new, but it only came out not too long ago. And I would say this is the first bronzer I've bought in such beautiful packaging, gorgeous packaging, that is taking centerpiece to my dressing table. And it's the chocolate bronzer, chocolate gold. So it's not a matte bronzer, it's a shimmer bronzer. I'm sure you've already heard of this before. When I tried it, I was surprised because I went in too heavy-handed with it, and it did actually almost contour my face. So you do have to go in quite lightly with it. I'll just do a swatch, although I don't think the swatch is going to do it any justice. But on the face, it applies like a dream. And I'll just swatch it. I'm no good at swatches. I will swatch it here. So there's this. I mean, look at my hand is still going. So it's definitely a summer colour. It's not going to be glittery on your face whatsoever. It gives your face a nice sheen or a sheer glow of the bronze. And it's quite an orangey one, so I would say it's definitely a bronzer to use for warming up your face, not for contouring. Unless you are very, very fair skinned, then you could probably get away with it. But for me, it's a beautiful summer colour, and I'm glad it's not too glittery because I don't like a face full of glitter. I just like to highlight the certain parts of my face. And the highlighter I'm wearing today, believe it or not, is from Wet n Wild. Now I know you can't get Wet n Wild in our drugstores over here, but I managed to get this one from Ulta as well. It's the new Halo liquid highlighters, and they have a variety of shades. I believe they have 5 shades, and the shade that I got in this was Gilded Glow. So they've catered for all skin tones, which is great. But the one which I tend to steer towards is the champagne-y colours. So I have my Iconic London, which I love. They come in the same kind of applicator as the Shape Tape and the Shape Tape foundation. It seems to be working fine. It's kind of oily. So I'm just going to swatch it now on this hand here. Just going to dab it on there for you. But I do like the applicator, and it seems to be working well, using the applicator directly onto the cheek and then blending it in with a damp sponge. Some liquid highlighters you do have to put on your hand first, so for hygiene reasons you would obviously want to put it on your hand and then go ahead and use whatever method you prefer. But I've just swatched it on my hand now. The colour is great, the colour is just what I look for, and I'll just rub it in. And if you can see it on camera, which I hope you can, it gives a very nice subtle sheen to the skin. So it's not as intense as the Iconic London, but it's a very wet looking highlighter. So if you like the wet look, you will like this. I haven't tried a lot of Wet n Wild products, so I was very impressed with their liquid highlighter. More impressed with this than the Makeup Revolution liquid highlighter drops, which were trying to be a Cover FX dupe. This definitely is more wearer friendly. You can definitely use this as a highlighter without it going patchy. I mean, look at that. That is the highlighter today. January favourites, 100%. And speaking of Wet n Wild, I know Wet n Wild is extremely popular in the States because it's so affordable, and the products they seem to bring out is quite good. The other thing which I'll mention in my January favourites is another Wet n Wild product, and it was a highlighter again, but this was in a powder form, and this was called Crown of My Canopy. So it was the only one left available on the shelf because I live right next to the American Air Base. So I get some American products from there and some of them online. So I grabbed it while I could. It was the only one there, and it is slightly too deep for me to use as a highlighter. But it is gorgeous. On camera, it looked like quite a gold, coppery gold colour, but in person I'll say it's more of a slash peach copper gold. So on deep skin tones, beautiful for highlighting. So I'm using it as a little glowy blush, and wow, it is gorgeous. I'll swatch it for you now. So there's the swatch on my finger. I mean, in the summer I might be able to get away with it as a highlighter, but I'm not sure. I'll just swatch it here for you. So it's a beautiful peach colour. Look how nice that is. Here is the Wet n Wild Glow, the Gilded Glow, and then next to it I've got the Wet n Wild highlighter. If I can't be bothered to use highlighter in when I'm getting dressed in the morning, or if I'm in a rush, I'll just tend to put on a little bit of this to give me an extra shine, just a little bit of extra, and it seems to be working great for that, just for that reason. And as you can see by the tone of it, it's definitely too deep, too orangey to be used as a highlighter for my skin tone. It's not a very intense metallic wet look highlighter, but it's more like a shimmer highlighter with like a blush. That's exactly how I would describe it, like a really nice peachy blush with a shimmer to it. Also in January favourites, Physicians Formula. This has been out for quite a while. I heard a lot of people on YouTube raving about it. I got the deepest shade because unfortunately, once again, they haven't done a big variety of shades, and this is the deepest shade they had. So that for me is perfect. For deep skin tones, that's not going to be that dark. Need to step up your game, people. Need to step up your game. But it literally smells that you've walked off a plane into a tropical country and you're on the beach. It does smell good. It smells really good, and the feeling of it is very velvety, very soft. And I'll swatch it here for you. I'm going to be doing it next to the Wet n... No, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it right there. So that's the deepest shade they have. I'll just go over that again. So that's the swatch of it there. A little bit deeper than the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. It does make it in my January favourites just because it smells divine. The packaging is gorgeous. I don't have a bronzer like this, and it comes with a cute little sponge applicator, which I have yet to try. I don't think I would use this, to be honest, but it's cute if you want to use these type of applicators to apply. And it has a mirror as well, which is always a plus, so it's going to be good for travel. It's a beautiful bronzer. Very nice bronzer. I just wish that brands would just cater for all skin tones and just have more of a wider variety and not just stick to 4 or 5 shades. You know, spend the extra, invest the extra money. It's worth it. It's worth it. If you're not going to cater for everyone, then you need to hang it up. Okay, so Anastasia Beverly Hills had a sale on back in January. Their matte lipsticks, which are usually £18, were down to £5. After I spent quite a big amount on the Ulta products, I was like, I'm not buying any more makeup in January, and I did. So I got myself 2 lipsticks, one for myself, one for my daughter. I got the colour Dread. I've never tried an Anastasia Beverly Hills ABH lipstick before, and this is the matte formula, and I absolutely love the colour because it's a stony brown. And I don't have a lot of those in my collection. I'll just swatch it for you now. Great colour. Exactly what I'm looking for. They're very matte, but they're quite a comfortable matte. Packaging is gorgeous, very similar to the Urban Decay packaging for lipsticks. But £5, my God, £5. I was so like, oh. I created my own quad eyeshadow. They give you this nice packaging to go with it, and you just pick which 4 pans you like the best. And I think I did pretty well with the colours. The quality of these eyeshadows blew me away immediately. You know, I have my own custom made palette, my Z palette, which has a mixture of Morphe and Makeup Geek pans in there. These do feel so much more better. So, and they're usually £12 a pop, and to get 4 for 20, bargain. Mama loves a bargain. Okay, so the first colour I chose was Warm Taupe, or Warm Taupe, I think some people pronounce it. So this is Warm Taupe. It's a warm brown. The next colour I chose in the matte was Red Earth. Again, feels so buttery on the finger. Oh, that's the Red Earth one. And the last one I got was Amber, which is like a champagne-y gold. And that's that one there. Lovely colour. And then the last one is a blue. And you know, I love my blues. I love the blues. I do like blues. And this one's called Prussian Blue. Look at that. It's like an electric blue. It's not as electric as I want it to be, but I'm planning on getting that. Just gonna put that there. Very pigmented. Gorgeous. More lipsticks. I tried this on a Valentine's tutorial of a Valentine's evening look, and it is by Milani, and it's called Hypnotic Lights, and it's in the colour Luster Light. So it's a lip topper. It's actually a lip topper. It's almost the same colour as my Stila Wanderlust. Very, very shiny. Oh, and it's a good quality lip topper. It doesn't, it's so similar to the Wanderlust. I've come across some very dodgy lip toppers which do not apply to your lips very well at all, but this does apply very well to the lips. It leaves a gorgeous shine on the lip, and it dries down very well as well. So that's definitely made it into my January favourites. If you guys are ever watching my videos and you're wondering why I have these red patches on my hands, I have no idea. I've asked the doctor about it. It's something to do with my blood flow, and it usually tends to get more apparent when I'm hot. So if anyone knows the reason I have this, maybe I'm related to Jesus and I have the stigmata special, I don't know. Whatever this is, I have no clue what it is. So that was my January favourite products. There's a lot more beauty products coming out in the next couple of weeks, and it's very hard because some of them are very similar to what I have already. The Amrezy highlighter, which is coming out by ABH for collaboration they're doing, that is so similar to my new Makeup Forever highlighter. The texture looks very similar, so I wanted to give that a miss. The MAC are doing like a trio highlighter palette. They look so similar to the colours I already have, and I'm just not feeling, or I'm not justifying spending more money on such similar colours. I watched such an uplifting video the other day of a lady who was on a makeup ban for a year. I personally couldn't do a whole year. There's just so many products coming out which are very similar to what I have, so I'm saying don't waste your money. If you have a product which is so similar already, or a palette, like there's been 2 or 3 palettes. The Morphe 24G palette that come out looked so pretty, and when I looked at the picture properly, when I actually looked at the colours in there, I thought I have about over half of the colours already. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. The ABH Soft Glam palette, very neutral colours, very pretty palette. I have most of the colours already. In 2 palettes, I reckon in between 2 palettes I have those shades. I might not have 1 or 2 of them, but I'm not going to pay $44 to get 1 or 2 of those colours. It's just not worth it. Save your money. you know, you can create so many beautiful makeup looks with the makeup you already have. So I don't justify you going out there and buying every single product which comes out unless you're a goddamn millionaire. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope I haven't bored you too much. Some of my products have been out for a little while. These definitely have been a favourite of mine to be using in January, and I'll be back soon with another video. I'm still going to go ahead and do the Valentine's evening vlog couples night in, so I hope you guys will be watching. Give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon with another video.